You see what it is?
Yeah. What is it?
I thought you were just clapping.
No.
No.
You do get smacked, you know. I think they don't smack you anymore, don't they? Do they?
Yeah,
It's not humane or something. I don't know, whatever the
Don't they
the
put you like in a
doctors say.
No, they tap at us.
bucket of water or something?
They do like 10 things right after you're
Really
pulled out.
Different
Yeah,
things, right?
I
I guess it
went there,
depends on the
that's right.
parents. But isn't it to get the fluid and stuff out of the
Yeah.
lungs to make sure that
Is
They
that-
put a
Well,
thing in
they
your
have that,
mouth
like,
and they
those
put a
are the
suction thing in your mouth.
They
and-
don't smack you anymore. That's why kids
Shake you
nowadays
up.
were such
See,
little
but that's what
pussies.
life is about, man. It's about being smacked.
Yeah.
It's about being walking up. You know, I can remember when I was a kid, when you walked up to the, like when I was first involved with any type of religion, you walked up to the priest and the priest smacked you in the face. It was like,
Catholic?
yeah, it's like, whoa, that's a wake-up call. You know, like, yeah, pow, wake up to religion. Oh, jeez. Now they play guitar and they do all this stuff. That's not, you know, I don't think
You
I
go
don't,
to.
I don't
My
think,
priest
I don't,
never played a
There
guitar.
are
I know
some,
we have singing and stuff like that. I mean, a lot has
Priest
changed.
never
There are some
sang.
Zen masters that will hit their students over the head, across the head with a 2-by-4 in
Yep.
order to
Well, that's a little
enlighten
extreme,
them.
isn't it?
That sounds more like my grandma. Than
You
it
better
does
practice
me.
iron body with that, man.
It works
Like,
sometimes. Doesn't
Yeah.
work all the time, but it
I
works
can remember,
sometimes.
you know, like when I had this one friend. I told you this story right when he says, you know, that Kung Fu came out and he had this little rock in his hand. He was some biker, you know. And he goes,
Oh.
if you could grab this pebble from my hand, you can leave the school. I said, I could grab that pebble from your hand. He goes, no, yeah, I could grab that. So I went a couple of times very slow, and he closed. He said, He says, if you can get this, you can leave the school. I said, okay, you ready? I'm going to get it this time. So now I'm going to really do my stuff. And he goes, okay, I'm ready. And I punched him right in the head. I went, pow! And he dropped the pebble, and I grabbed it, and I put it in my pocket. I said, see, it works, you know? There's a wake-up call. And that's the whole point of death, are different moments of enlightenment. You get wake-up calls. You get sucker punched. And when you get sucker punched, it's how you get up from it.
Yeah.
How do you recover from it? How do you...
You're not going to get up from dying.
Yes, but it is a beginning of something. But the whole point is that death should, I believe, you know, not be just taken for granted. It should be something that is also spiritual.
Definitely.
It's a part of asking or wanting to understand more. Because eventually, no matter how successful you may be, or what you may do in your life, death is inevitable in everyone. And can be taken from you. Why are we so obsessed with learning to protect ourselves? And why do humans, you know, kill other humans? You know, it's bizarre. You know, why we do the things that we do. Because we're still evolving. We're still trying to understand. You know, and I believe that, you know, religion holds, religious organizations, we'll say, holds death and sex as a very big, and finance as these three components of having control. But the truth is what you said earlier. You know, you don't really come into the world alone. You have help, and who knows, you may have help going out. I remember when my mother passed away, which was one of the worst experiences of my life. Being my mother, my father, being there. And I've seen a lot of death on the streets and stuff, but it's different when you have somebody close to you. And watching her slip away, you know, and you just seeing her go away. And I remember next to her, talking her through her death. You know, I was talking her through, like kind of like the Tibetan.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
But in a different way, you know, because I didn't have that, but just letting her know that I was there. And as she was dying, you know, I could still tell or sense that she was listening, you know, and telling her to let go, it's time to continue this journey, you know, and at the same time when this was happening, if I was able to plunge a knife into my heart and die so she wouldn't have to go by herself, I would, but we know better than that. I think maybe, you know, because I wanted to go with her on a journey. I didn't want her to be by herself, you know. And, but all through it, I talked to her. I talked through the whole thing, right to her last breath, you know, which is, you know, which I thought was the last breath, but there was still more to come. You know, it's like, you know, here comes another one. I thought, because the breaths take so long, you know. So I talked to her through the whole thing, and after, when I knew that she was finally gone, you know, I knew she was on her journey. And I knew there was, I think the sense for me was the helplessness why I wanted to, end my life, and if I could take and the idea that she has to face this realm alone, and I wanted to be there with her, and I know that's just what's in us as humans, and our compassion and our whatever it may be, and I think I would have felt that way for many people who you're close to at that point, but it's different when you have your and you don't realize how close you are to your mother until something like that happens, and the point is that the people here, for the most part, the people that are in this room, you guys are going to have to face that. It's going to happen to you, and I was able to guide her as I felt, or at least be there for her through the whole process of her moving from one existence to another. And to me, that's like the phoenix, to come to grow, to become old, to go through the fires of hell, and to come out anew, to be reborn. So I won't fill myself with the illusion that there's this, that, and the other thing, but I do feel that there is a connected energy, a void. From void, everything came. And what that basically means is, from void, wherever that may be, and wherever it imagined itself into existence, and I am part of that existence. And therefore, I'm my own little universe, exploring who and what I am. And that universe is going from one form of energy to another form of energy. It's not definite, but I sense it. I feel that we always have to die to one thing to become something new to another. That just seems the way life is, which brings us into what violence truly is, and our misunderstanding of what violence is, and violence being creative energy. But there's negative and there's positive. And there's a difference when those two intermix and create something. Boom! You're here. So life, in essence, is learning about itself through you. And you're experiencing that journey of what life is presenting. And I think it's wrong for us to think that we're the center of the universe, that we're the most advanced race. Yes, we are the most advanced race here on this planet. But there's
Maybe in the galaxy.
Or wherever it may be. But we're still a part of a universal consciousness that has created through what design, through things intermixing, through things happening, that we are and have evolved to this point. We've evolved to that. We're walking miracles. So what are we doing with that connective energy? I think nature is learning about itself through who and what you are. So it's merely a movement of one existence of evolution to another. Not believing in death or believing this, but, like going from one religion to another, that this religion's right, this religion's right. It's all right. It's a matter of coexisting with the living consciousness of creation. It's like if you look at consciousness, not our consciousness, because that is what has evolved from us, but if you look at creation as being alive, then you're part of it. And it imagined itself into existence, and you are part of that active imagination, moving from one creative existence to another.
And do you feel that ego of the individual gets in the way of that?